Hello everyone, this is the Super Wig Maker, and today I'm making another video for another order. Um, I always say that I don't make refurbishes, but she's a returning customer and she has already sent the wig long time ago, so I just wanted to make a video to show you how I'm gonna turn this wig into a little bit more presentable. Now this is a full lace wig, and forget about this, I actually did this and I'm gonna show you exactly what that is. It's a 613 wig. It looks good because it's 613, but if you could see the knots here, they're very big and hideous. So the problem is that she wants this in a dark brown, a light brown. She shouldn't get a platinum. I don't know why she did that. Sometimes people just, I don't know why she got this specific color. She should have taken the color that she wanted. Anyway, the thing is that she wants me to dye the hair a medium to light brown, and I already have like the dyes over here for that, but I don't want to dye the lace, and I don't want to dye the knots. Now of course I'm gonna remove an area over here and around the perimeter, but I also have to I'm just gonna dye the whole unit first, and then I'm gonna do the refurbishing. So the refurbish. So yeah, the first thing I need to do, and I have never really said something about that, I don't do these kind of things like get a light colored wig and then try to turn it into a black one or a darker one. So in order to do that, you need to get a got-to-be glued hair gel. I think that no, it's not that I think. I know that the spray would probably do exactly the same job, but it's easier for me to work with this because I can actually be more careful with that. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna place this into a little bit of a cap like so, and let me just squeeze out a little more. And in order to make this a little bit more malleable, because this is very thick and pasty and it wouldn't really spread easily, I'm gonna add a tiny bit of water. Not too much, I just want to put, yeah, this is more than enough, because I don't want this to be too runny. I still want this to be thick enough, like pasty, and I want the amount that is being put into the wig to be enough. I wanted to create a thick base. So let me just put water. That thing is not very easy to work with. You need to just and this is not enough. I'm gonna have to make a little more later, but let me just work with this first. When you get this kind of consistency, you want to scrape it all in the base of the wig, and try not to pass on one point many times, because this is gonna put a lot of product and it's gonna seep into the hair, and then you're not gonna be dyeing the hair. You're gonna conceal the hair as well. One of the reasons that I want to make this is because I don't want to have the knots being dyed dark. That's one. Then I'm gonna have to re-bleach them, so I'm gonna damage them too much. And the other reason that is that I might stain the lace if I dye it without the protection. So I'm gonna continue this, and when this sets, I'm gonna come back to you and show you exactly how that looks. Alright, I let it set for some time, and you can see that it almost turned like plastic. Oh my god, take a look at that. That thing does act like a glue indeed. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna wear it normally to the wig, and you can see how that looks. You see that it only grabbed the hair, the base itself. You can see that, and I hope you can see that actually. Take a look at that. It's almost like plastic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wear it on the mannequin head correctly this time. like so. A lot of people use this product to seal the knots. Now I understand why. They use sometimes they use the spray. Oh my god, that actually looks like a silk top. But you can still see the knots, obviously. As you can see, I haven't done anything here because this is already dark, so I don't really mind this area. If it's visible, the stretch part is your enemy, not so much the knots, so I don't really mind that. So I'm gonna wear it in the unit, and I'm gonna start dyeing it normally as I would do on a normal head. I'm not just going to toss it inside a bucket with dye, because this is way I might have some spots that are not dyed properly. So let me just spin it down really fast. Something like that. And I'm gonna have to dye it like a head, which means that I'm gonna take sections, lift, start dyeing it, then take another section, dye this as well, take another section and stuff, and dye this as well, until I have saturated the whole unit. And I'm not going to show this on tape because I think it's unnecessary, and it's going to be a little awkward for me to do it on camera because I need to be on frame and everything. And then I'm going to show you exactly how that looks. Oh my god, take a look at that. This is like a skin pad. Wow. Very weird. I only hope that I will be able to remove this later, because if it stays there, they say that if you soak it in soapy water, it should be just fine. So yeah, let me dye it first, and then I'm gonna come back to you and show you how it turned. And I hope it turns well. I have plenty of dye over there. So the dyeing of the wig, I would call it a semi-fail, because there are parts like this, for example, that are a weird champagne brown. I don't know if this is a good color. Also, in some areas, the got to be glued method worked, so the knots here are not dyed, but in most areas it did absolutely nothing. You can see that there are areas like here, for example, you see absolutely nothing, and everywhere around you can see that. So it's better for everyone to just get the hair the color you want. Don't take blonde hair and try to darken it. Like this part here, the hair dyed pretty dark, and this is because when you have bleached hair, the hair is differently susceptible to bleach and dye. It has a different porosity and stuff. So yeah, whatever the case is. Oh, I also ruined my mannequin head. Why did I even dye it on this mannequin head? I don't know. So I'm gonna try to remove this later, but I don't know if this is gonna happen. I'm probably gonna put some peroxide and some bleach. So sad. So yeah, the next step is to make the additional areas that I want, and I'm gonna show you, and then attach the cap, sew it in, and then cut off the excess. I unmounted the wig, and I have a couple of markings here from different sizes and stuff. I have, let me just hide her name, Wig Refurbish 2.5 inches closure. The closure here is about 3 inches, and I plan to do it 3 inches because I need to have a little extra here. This is 2.5, so I'm okay. 2-inch hairline over here. You can see that the hairline is gonna go like that. It's gonna be like a frontal, a small frontal. 2030 Daniel lace. I'm gonna put it 7C color. I did it, but it didn't turn exactly 7C. The neckline needs to be up to here. Plenty of feet. Alright. So what I have to do now is I don't wear pants, and I don't want the pieces to touch my legs, you know. It's for the customer, not for me. So I'm gonna wear the unit, find the front, Alright, these are the ear tops. Oops. And I'm going to try to match this with the hairline. So the ear top falls here, the other one falls here. It should be okay like this. Alright, so I'm taking some pins now. It is symmetrical. And I'm gonna make some over here. Now I'm gonna take the back. And pull it gently as far as it can go without stretching it too much, obviously. So the next thing I have to do is something that I did in the previous time. Let me just be sure that I am on the correct measuring. Okay. I have to follow this line over here. As I said, on the top I've left a little bit more. Half an inch more just to be sure. She's a good returning customer and I want her to be pleasured. So what I did is that I found all the lining that I'm gonna keep the hair inside, and everything that has to be removed is already braided. The next thing I have to do, which is not really essential to be on that step, what I'm gonna do is put some pins on the area that's gonna stay in order for this, when I cut the lace, not to lose the positioning. So placing some of these here, they don't have to be too dense. I wish I had the blocking ribbons, those that you put first and then the needles, because it's easier for you to just remove them. But I don't have any at this point. Now that I pinned it down, the next step before I just remove this area is to start cutting the hair. As close to the root as possible in order not to lose any length. And of course, I have it attached here, and all the short hair, the returns, are just gonna start falling because I put the elastic further than the returns. So you can see that all the really short hair is already being discarded very easily. List over here, and this hair is ready. So what I'm gonna do is continue doing this everywhere. And when I finish the cutting of the hair, I'm going to show you what's the next step. So I removed all the hair, as you can see. And this is the hair that I harvested, which is gonna be used for the ventilation. And everything too short was just discarded, as you can see here. The next step is to actually cut off the lace. In the markings, and this is why I have this pinned down. I might have to put a little more here. See, it all goes well. This, I cannot cut that. I'm going to remove this obviously, and this is what I have to do now. So let me just remove these and I'm going to show you the next step. So I haven't really showed a lot about how I make this, but I have put the very fragile Swiss lace here, as you can see that. Placed it nicely. I have put these strings just to make sure that it all lays correctly. Like for example, this is going to this place, goes from here, here, and ends here. So you realize that this is very symmetrical. This stops here in the ear, and here in the ear you can see exactly in the top area. Yeah, I just put the darts and stitched them down, and I had this pulled back, and now I'm actually going to place it back like so. So I have excess lace under this one, and of course that means that I have to stitch it down now. I have to just stitch it all around, making sure that these things don't flap up. Now that I have made the front, I have to make the back as well. As you can see, I have lifted the lace. I have 3 pieces of lace. This is one, this is the other one that's going to be on the other side, and this is going to be over here. So I'm going to have some connections, inevitably. And I make sure that this lace is going to be as far as the ear tabs, because I plan to have the ear tabs a little stronger in order to be able to, because she's not wearing the units with glue, so I'm gonna need this. Alright, it's all done. You can see that I stitched it everywhere. All around. And I also stitched the connections here, everywhere. So now I'm about to start ventilating. So I just finished the wig and I'm going to bleach the knot. This is why I have it like that. I'm not gonna bleach the back. It's not necessary because I don't know. Maybe I should bleach it. Oh well, I'm gonna bleach the back as well because I just wanted to keep this as strong as possible. This hair was 613 bleached, and then it was dyed darker, and now I'm bleaching the knots again. So it's gonna take a little bit of stress. So I'm gonna bleach the top. I might run a mild bleach in the back as well. I'm gonna see what I'll do, and I'm gonna show you the finished result after this. Now I'm gonna have to unpin all these billion amounts of pins. And it's done. This is the hairline all the way. This is the top. I'm actually gonna take this out and show you against my skin. This is how it looks against my skin. These are the sides. This is not mine. I didn't make that. This is the one that I made. I don't know if you can see the difference between these two. This is also not mine. This is the hairline. Bleached knots. So yeah, this is it. I think she's gonna be satisfied. This wig is about 30% more dense than the previous one because she said that it was a little thin, so I just decided to make the density a little thicker this time. Also from the inside I have placed these little things. If she doesn't like it, she can remove it. And these are like ear tabs, you know. So the ear tabs not visible, but they will not, you know, they won't flap up when she cuts this. And I also put the same thing in the back. This is the neck area, as you can see. This is a little shiny, to be honest, but I don't know, maybe if she dyes it with makeup and then just place it back in here, she can remove it. Unfortunately, this is transparent and a little shiny, but there's not much I can do right now. I wish I could get this in skin color, but I can't find it now. So yeah, now the video has come to an end. Thanks for watching and ask me anything you want.